Hi guys, Rachel with Spunky Misfit Girl here, and today I'm working on a little project from Septeria 18, who I had not followed before. I just came across recently, and this was cute and I liked it a lot, so I made my own version of it and thought I would go through it. I'm really liking these little projects that you can either tuck into your junk journal or glue in or do as separate little Christmas gifts. We're coming up in the holidays not too long from now. And so this one I made steampunk, and I actually did a button style closure here for this one, which I liked. She hadn't, I don't think, finalized her closure yet, but I like this little piece here. So we'll go through that. And this is from a double-sided 12 by 12 sheet of paper. And then it's almost a little journal of its own, and it looks complex because I added a lot of things, and I added pockets in various places, but it's really relatively simple once you come down to it. There's a page here with a pocket on the side, a few things tucked in there, one little shorter flip that you can kind of see was originally just a one short piece, which is how we'll do it, and then I added some things to it to make it into a pocket here and a tuck spot in here too. I've got a tag inside of there. You can see how it's got a bigger piece of paper and a pocket there. Another pocket over here on the side with a few things tucked in there. A hidden paper clip, which I just opted to tuck inside here and give a little piece underneath there for some interest. And then these two pages were blank, so I just opted to put some blank cards for some writing space inside of here. There's another pocket in this back tuck spot that I added a card to, and then I turned this back side into a pocket as well with these this map, and there's a card tucked in there too. So let's go ahead and get started. The main base of this just needs your 12 by 12 sheet of paper. I'm gonna try using this Stamperia Magic Forest guy because I have a lot of stuff here. It's kind of set up and ready to go with it. I don't know how it's gonna work with her big face on here, but I don't have a lot of just like patterned pieces. So I'm just gonna try it out and see how it goes. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna trim it down on one side to 10.5. And we're gonna keep this strip. I think I wanna do it like this. We're gonna keep that strip for other things later on. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use my janky version of a scoreboard here, although I do really think it's time for me to get a scoreboard. We're gonna score at 6 inches. So if you have a board, you can take it out. Otherwise, you can also follow my janky way of doing it here. I'm just have it on my cutting board, and I'm using the back of my craft knife. And then you're gonna turn it and score it again at 6 inches. And honestly, I really can't tell you at the moment what that's gonna mean for your pattern, and if you wanted to figure out your pattern, we'll see. We'll see how it happens with this one. We're just going with the flow today. So I'm gonna make those folds, if I can find them. Go ahead and both of those, just like that. All right, and so we've got our shorter side on the right here. And we're gonna open that up, shorter side on the right, and we're gonna cut this line right here inside to there. And I think I'm just gonna do that with my scissors. You could do it with your paper cutter too, but all right, that's cut. And then we're gonna fold this guy back again. So next, you're gonna wanna take this, you've got your fold here, you're gonna take this left side and fold that over all the way like that. And then you're gonna make your pocket here by taking this guy and folding up. And that's, you can kind of do that how you like in terms of the depth of the pocket. So I'm just gonna do that kind of right about there. And then this guy over here is also gonna come over. I think I've got a little bit of extra from my cut that's bugging me on the top here on this one that I'm gonna get rid of. Well, let's do this first. Okay, and so then this is going to be my, I'm actually considering turning this around and making this my outside if I still can, because I can't. Too complicated. All right. So once you got this folded here, then you're going to also make this inside pocket here. And so I'm going to just, you might want to see how it comes, how it's going to lay here like this, so that you have a nice staggered row here when it lays. So I'm doing it like that. You can also fold it from the inside based on the size of the pocket. That makes the pocket a little bit bigger than the other one, but that's your base. Okay, so that is the basis of your folio, right? So that's your basic structure. You can see here like this. Mine you can't see because I've added things to the front, but this is your basic structure. Okay. So the next thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and notch my pockets. So this one here is gonna be a pocket, which I did not notch on my sample, but I'm gonna do it for this one because I like to see that notch so it's clear that there's a pocket there. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with these two guys. This is my 2-inch circle punch. And I think I'm gonna cut this pocket down just a little because I just don't like that big old pocket size next to that one. I like that a little better. They're a little closer. I don't think they're quite matching, but there. And those are my pockets. I also want to ink everything, which I should have probably done my edges before. But I'm going to do my pockets at least here before I glue them down. I went to Belgium a couple weeks ago. If you follow me, if you've been around here, you probably heard about that. I went to go and see the giant marionette puppets of a French company called Royal Deluxe. And it was so cool, you guys. They just had these two dog puppets. They have a bulldog, and I don't know what he is. He's a skinnier black dog. Not like a lab. He looks like a fast dog. And they ran around Antwerp with those two, and it was so neat to witness that spectacle. And just get a refreshing break hanging out in some European cities again. I went to the Fin de Siècle Museum in Brussels, which is beautiful and strange. This is a bit weird with this girl this way, but that's okay. We'll find ways to decorate it that will make it work, I think. Just trying to make sure I do my inking on all my spots that are gonna be hard to access once I glue. Okay, so let's glue these two pockets down. And then we'll add our extra page. And you wouldn't have to do this if you want to keep it simple. You could call it good, you know, and make this just this one page like this, but we like extra flips and flaps, don't we, guys? I probably don't even need to say that. Of course, if there's an extra flip, you're gonna want to make it. All right, pockets, glue, 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 glue. All right, and I believe I need to do that before I glue this pocket down. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to our strip that we cut at the beginning, and we're going to cut that at 6, and then again at 3. So our 6 is going to make our extra flap, and these will make our hidden paper clip and our closure. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is give this guy just a little bit of a flap. I'm just approximating it at about 1/4 of an inch, maybe slightly more than 1/4 of an inch. Folding that over and giving it a good rub. And I think I'm going to give that a ragged edge with my craft scissors here. See if I can get them to cut through this nice solid cardstock. Sometimes they have a little trouble. They do this. but that's okay. We'll ink it up. Maybe if I'm a little more methodical in my cutting. Okay, I'm gonna ink that up. So the white goes away. The edges. White, be banished. Now, I'm gonna put some glue on the inside of this fold here. And I'm gonna slide that behind this flap, just like that. Make sure that he folds nicely. I did it with my mountain upside down. I kind of like it. I like that contrast. This paper reminds me a little bit of Francois Scheiten, who is a Belgian artist who I like very much, who has a couple of murals in Brussels. His work is just really, really credible. He takes real things and turns them into these incredible, kind of puts real things together in ways that are fantastical. You should look him up. Really, really beautiful art. And I picked up a couple of the Obscure Cities books, which he illustrates. He collaborates with Benoit Peters on that series, and I love them. They're incredible. Okay, so I think that's it, and we can do this pocket now because we've got our little flap here all ready to go. So let's go ahead and glue along the sides of this one. Isn't it awesome how quickly this takes shape out of just a single piece of paper? I love it. Oops, but I did it upside down, you guys. How did I do this? No, I'm good. Second guessing myself. I was like, where did my other flip go? Okay. Yes, love it. Very good, look at that. Isn't that, ooh, I'm loving it. I'm actually really liking this, even though my girl is upside down and I'm not really getting to see her because she's on my back. I like the combination of these other colors. Okay, and so then these two, I think I'm gonna use this one for my closure. I'm gonna just fold that up again, make sure that it's all nice and tidy. I'm gonna use this one. Just give that, I'm just looking at my sample here. I ended up making this longer because I put extra decoration on it. I think maybe we'll just do like this, and I think I might put it up a little higher on this one just because of that. I'm just gonna fold that and glue that on there, and you can use that how you want. Like if you wanted to do magnets or Velcro, there's different ways you could do that. I'm just gonna probably do a circle again just because I like the way that looks. I don't have any Velcro, and Velcro makes me feel like I'm kindergarten and can't tie my shoes, which, by the way, I never did learn how to tie my shoes the way that everybody else did. I always did it with two bows. Okay. That's my closure. And then you've got your hidden paper clip here, and she did this in a kind of different way than I've done before. So let's ink that up actually. Let's ink this guy. What's nice is this paper is pretty dark already, so it doesn't need a huge amount of inking to make me happy. I'm liking that on the inside there and how it matches up with this here. Ink. Ooh. What do we want for the outside? I think this guy. So I'm going to fold that with that on the outside. And then get me one of my regular gold paper clips. And the short side of that is going to go on the inside here. And then if you want, I actually don't, my lace is across the room. I might, you know what I might do with this one? This could be fun. A little bit of this stuff. This is good on kind of organic-y, foresty, botanical pieces. I really like this. So I'm going to glue some of that inside there like that. I'm actually going to cut a second piece rather than trying to use that other bit for it. It'll be easier just to glue them both. And this is up to you. You don't have to do it this way. Alternate way of doing it in paper clip and decorating a little, and then I'm just gonna glue it up here and close it. Find something to put on the outside of that, which I have a lot of good little fussy cuts from this. Although I don't know if there's that many that are that little. Ooh, this guy's fun. Yeah, I love that. Do I want something more? I kind of want a little bit of, where did that fluffy bit go? This is just, I pull apart twine, make a little bird nesty bit. And I like that look on these kinds of foresty pieces, just like that. I'm gonna just glue that on here. Boop. And then glue this guy on top. And then I'll kind of trim it so that it looks nice. There. KKK. A fun little paper clip. From those. Oh, I like that. Pretty pleased. Trim this guy down a little bit, and down here, and down here, and down here. All right, so in this one, I put him kind of on the top here, but really you can put that guy where you want if you prefer him to go in here. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do these blank again on the inside here. But let's put a closure on here too. So I used my bigger punch for this one because it fits nicely on this size. So this is an 1.5 inches, and I think we'll find a pretty, this is kind of dark, so let's find something that's a little more light. Maybe this guy could work. I don't know, it's kind of metally. It doesn't feel like it fits with this. Where's another one I could use? I kind of like that. Let's do that. Get in there closer to it. Let's see how it works. Yes. I don't know. It's kind of steampunk, and I feel like this kit is so foresty. I think I'm just gonna take a piece of greenery from somewhere. Maybe here. Yeah, I like that better. And then maybe put a little one on it too. Before I put my brad in, but I'm gonna add a couple of craft circles, same size, and glue that all together before I put that in there and give it a chance to dry. This is pretty much how I always do my closures, so if you've been following me for any time at all, you've probably seen me do this before. That's why I'm a little quick with it. I'm gonna let that dry. It doesn't stick to my fingers. Okay, and then it's really all about decorating. So if you want to make this longer, make it, so like if you have one of these Stamperia kits, these cards make two good things. First of all, they can be the thing that you use the back on to go in here, which I think I'm gonna do with this one. And then they also can make that inside flap, which I think, since I didn't really get to use my elf girl, maybe we'll use her inside here to make this flap. Oh, I'm really liking it. I didn't know how this is gonna turn out with this paper set, but I'm liking it. I think I might also do this over here. I really am in love with this stuff. Where did my scissors go? It just adds a really nice organic element that makes me so happy. I'm just gonna glue it. I got it at Hobby Lobby. Sorry for those of you who are not in the US or not in an area where there's a Hobby Lobby. I don't know where else you could get it. I have not seen it elsewhere. I feel like this is gonna end up being a long video, and the problem is I have to edit it because I had to stop in the middle for a second, and that means it's gonna be a pain to export it if it's long. So I would love to go through all of the rest of this with you and the decorating and everything, but I think I'm gonna have to cut it here. So I'm gonna just glue this on. And again, this is, I mean, like, you can handle this little extra flip however you like, whatever works with your paper set that you have. I actually think I'm gonna bring that in a little more. You could put a little envelope there, however you like. Okay, I'm gonna cut this off. But there's a lot of decorating to do here, and this is, oh, I'm really falling in love with that. Okay, so I'm gonna put this guy on the back. This would have been a good one to do with tape, but my tape is across the room, so we'll just glue it. Try not to get it all over the edges. I'm a messy gluer. It's the truth. What can you do? Ooh, here's the thing. I'm gonna put this over here. These are actually too tall when you notch that pocket. That's the thing I didn't account for. I might have to cut it off a little for this side. I'm gonna cut the blue border off. See if that'll do it. I think it will. Oh, that's lovely. I like that with the contrasting blue. Hoo, 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 hoo. This little baby. Turning out to be one of my favorites. Glue. Okay. Perfect. I love it. I like the simplicity of that too, you know? You could also put a notebook in there, put tea-dyed paper. If you're not working with Stamperia bits, you can add something else like I did on this one to make another pocket here. If you like, I just added another piece of paper. I made this a pocket on this one when I did that. Added a piece of paper to it and then another pocket piece here. And so then with the closure, I don't have my my smaller. Ooh, I have a really small one. Let's use that, see how it turns out. Let's take a look. I have this little guy. So let's find something contrasting to that. I always want a contrasting color for stuff like this. Let's maybe find something that isn't, I'm not gonna bust up. There we go, something like this maybe. Ooh, that's so pretty though. All right, that guy. On top of there. How do we feel about that, guys? A couple more. This punch is weird. I'm not used to this kind of closure for it. All right. So then with those, all you're gonna do is punch a hole in the middle of each with your crocodile or your awl and put a brad through. Let's see, give that a second. And let's put our hole through here. Somewhere in the middle. Just guessing, that's fine. Then we'll put them on here. And then what I did is just put something over the top to cover up the brad legs, which I'll do again. Find something little and cute for that. Maybe this guy. Or maybe this guy on the inside. The inner workings of the forest are actually made of gears and metal. I mean, the elf girl has them on here, which is very weird because usually in fantasy lore, elves are allergic to iron. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Normally I would wait a little longer. Let's see what we have for brads. Around here too, I have the minis, but I want a bigger one for this. It's a bigger circle. There we go, there we go, there we go. And then, which one do we want? This one? Oh, this one. I kind of like it in here. I'll run with it. Okay. And then I'm just gonna add some twine. Tie it around that outside circle underneath. Cut it off under here. And then bring it around and cut it off. So that's about the length that I want. So it goes around once. There. There. And I'll probably also, I know I will also do some kind of decorating on that front. Actually, I would have fussy gut of this girl. Maybe she would work. I don't know. We've got her on the inside now too. So I've got this, the magic is in you. Ooh, I like that. I've got some nice, nice fussy cuts from this Always Believe in Magic. This guy. So we'll see something. I'm gonna need a little time off camera for that, but that is your basic little flippy folio guy from one page, and then you can make some things to go in your pockets, in your back pocket and everything. And that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.